Hey everybody, how's it going today? Ian back here with you today, Entertainment Examiner. Okay, let's do it. Avengers Infinity War is out, and man, is it an awesomely great movie. Now, this review will have some spoilers in it, so just off the bat, tell you that now. If you don't want to know what happens in this movie, turn this off, come back after you've seen it. But I don't feel like I can review this movie without telling you, without really discussing details in it. So, this movie is the 19th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that took place 10 years ago in 2008 with Iron Man, the very first Marvel movie in this series. And the fact that they've been able to sustain through 19 movies and just an increasing fan base, and this movie is, as of this recording, is set to possibly be the highest opening weekend of all time, and that would surpass Star Wars The Force Awakens just a couple years ago. And it should, because it's a really, really well done movie. It brings back all these amazing characters. It is the movie opens kind of at the end of where Thor Ragnarok was, where they encountered the villain Thanos and his ship, and we see Thanos come in and just kick the crap out of the Hulk, which that sets up an interesting thing for Bruce Banner throughout the whole movie. And we also see the demise of Thor's brother Loki. And that's an interesting way to open any movie, because you know what Thanos and how much power he has right at the start. Now, the whole point of Thanos, or his whole mission, is he has this Infinity Gauntlet that was made for him, and he wants to collect these 6 Infinity Stones so he can control the universe, which don't all villains want to control the universe. So we know where they all are from all these previous installments. They're all kept in different locations. So we have Avengers who've never met each other before. Like the beginning, we have Iron Man meets Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange has one of these stones, and Iron Man and Captain America are still very strange from the events of Civil War. We have, and they're all back. Spider-Man, Black Panther, who we just saw in a fantastic standalone movie back in February. Scarlet Witch and Black Widow and Vision, because Vision has one of the stones in his forehead that's keeping him alive, wonderfully played by Paul Bettany again. And just pretty much the plot is that Thanos wants to take over the whole universe, and they try to do everything that they can to stop him. The movie is both parts like belly laugh out loud funny, and also like painstakingly sad, because we also have the Guardians of the Galaxy back, and they have a huge part in this movie, especially Star-Lord and his love for Gamora and her backstory with Thanos, and how Thanos kind of raised her, or was a stepfather in her prominent years. And it's interesting because the Guardians meet up with Thor, and it's really cool that Thor kind of breaks off with Rocket and Groot. And then it's interesting because the movie's 2.5 hours, and it really goes fast, because what the Russo brothers, the directors, Anthony and Joe Russo, have done is that they split everybody up into these little groups. It's kind of like what Star Wars used to do, how George Lucas would have like 4 things going on at once in terms of all the action scenes, and that's what the Russo brothers have, except they have way more characters in this whole universe. So they come together eventually at the end, but not until some of them just go away. And it breaks your heart when you see Spider-Man go away as he clings to Tony Stark, Iron Man, and doesn't want to go. And it's just, from all the great humor that we had throughout the movie, with Thor meeting up with the Guardians and Doctor Strange and Iron Man, there's kind of a push and pull there, and then they all kind of meet up at one point, and then Captain America and Falcon and Black Widow kind of form a team, and it's really it's I was amazed at how well they were able to get all these characters together in the same movie and make it all seem so coherent. I've been a fan of the Marvel movies since Iron Man. I think that they've gotten, I mean, some of them are just fantastic. Black Panther, Captain America, Civil War, and Winter Soldier. I still love the first Iron Man. They've had a few missteps. I thought the second Thor wasn't very good. Iron Man 2 and kind of 3. But the last few entries have been very strong. The Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok and, of course, Black Panther. And I've been debating on what grade I'm going to give Infinity War, but I absolutely love this movie. I had a blast, and I loved that it kind of pulled and pushed and pulled with my emotions a lot, and that we've been invested in these characters for a decade now, and they feel so real now, and the actors portraying them are just brilliant. So, I could probably quibble about a few things, but I don't want to because I thoroughly had a blast watching this movie with a sold-out audience, and I'm just going to give it a 4-star review. I'm going to give it an A rating. And I might be biased because I'm such a big Marvel fan by this point, but I think that being such a big fan makes me more objective because I would be more critical of things maybe. And I could probably find some plot points and some things that didn't work well. Some are saying that the Peter Dinklage cameo that he does and helping Thor create a new hammer essentially is a little weak, but I didn't think so. I thought that was needed for Thor to kind of regain his own confidence because he's lost so many people in his life, and I thought Chris Hemsworth really stepped up his performance as Thor. Overall, though, I don't want to make this review too awful long, but if you haven't already, go see Thor Ragnarok, see Thor. I'm so confused now. 19 movies. See Thor Ragnarok too, but go see Avengers Infinity War. It's out in the theater, and it's a great movie, and you will enjoy it thoroughly if you're a Marvel fan or an action fan. It's really funny. I laughed out loud or chuckled every time Thor called Rocket Rabbit, because Rocket's a raccoon. He's not but he calls him Rabbit, and I don't know why I laughed at that every time. So, yeah, go see Avengers Infinity War in theaters now. It's selling out all over the place. Every theater's got tons of show times. Hopefully you can catch one. Get a bucket of popcorn and just have a blast. So that's all I got for this review. And I hope you guys enjoyed the movie. Let me know what you thought. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.